Hey ladies and gents, doing finally the range test with the Geely EX5. I've charged it to 100%. I did a little errands, 5 kilometers, so the range I'm going to cut it in was 360 kilometers. This is the dynamic range. Otherwise it's 400 plus according to VLTP, but the dynamic range is one that adapts to your driving style and your power consumption. So I'm currently at 356 range on the display, and we're gonna go to Zadar. So you can see here the range. We're starting with 356 kilometers of range. I did 5 kilometers. It is 98% state of charge. Okay guys, I'm punching in the navigation and we're gonna take the short route. Estimate is 19% arrival. Well guys, just past the tool payment, you can see the power consumption currently 15.2. And we just passed it with 94%. So also since charge to the tool payments, we did 19 kilometers. So guys, just passing Karlovac. Consumption is 17 kilowatts. So just to check our route, projection is 20% arrival. Well guys, just past 100 kilometers, our consumption is going up 19.3 kilowatts. I think it's gonna round up around 20, but we're gonna see that. So a little reference, we're just passing Ogulin with 64% of battery. Okay guys, we're just in tunnel before Žuta Lokva. We have 50% range and power consumption is close to 21 kilowatts. Also a little reference, we've passed with 50% 140 kilometers. Well guys, I'm at 40% of battery and I wanted to check the estimate trip. It dropped to 5%, which is like, wow, did not expect that, but I'm optimistic we're gonna get there in a single charge. So just a little reference, Yancha rest stop, 37%. Well guys, I'm driving for almost 2 hours, actually just past 2 hours. And the seats are quite good, despite not having a lumbar. They are quite comfortable, wide, and massage option is really useful. So it just helps and makes up for not having a lumbar support. So just passing Gospic with 30%. Okay, so we just passed 200 kilometers. You can see the power consumption is averaging at 17 for this total trip, but we're at 20.5 kilowatts currently. We have 88 kilometers to Zadar, so according to the screen, 103 left. We should arrive maybe with that 5% estimate. To explain a little bit, we have a lot of wind, strong wind, and we have 11 Celsius degrees temperature. So I think the trip computer was correct at first, but it added the increased power consumption and the temperature, so the estimate should be fine. Okay, just past exit Udvina with 20%. Consumption is starting to drop, 19.4. We're gonna start descending now, but interesting, the car hasn't showed any warnings, hasn't reduced power. So range is 73 kilometers at 20%. A little bit of heads-up display, looks very nice. Oh, so as you can see here, battery went yellow because we've reached 19%. No warnings besides the little battery symbol on the digital cockpit. Well guys, just left tool payments, past 270 kilometers. You can see the power consumption has dropped to 16.4. It's going to keep dropping now on the open road. The range is 37 kilometers and battery is at 10%. Well guys, we're waiting here. There's some constructions, but the battery went red at 7%. Well guys, arrived in Zadar with the 6%. You can see the power consumption Let's drop to 15. I was driving around and you can see 6 kilometers range. I've passed 300 kilometers. Battery is at 2%. Now I'm gonna go to the Ionity charger, but I will charge up because I can't make it to it. Maybe I could with you know, below 0. They might be like 10 kilometers, maybe less. I didn't want to risk because I'm not gonna get someone to help me. So I'm just gonna charge up a little bit to make it to Ionity, and then we're gonna see the full power because this is only 50. So just cutting in, if you are pulling 40 kilowatts, you can see here, or here a little bit better. It's gonna take like an hour and 20 minutes to get to 100%. I arrived at the Ionity and with 2 kilometers range. I did push it, batteries at 1%. Now after like, I would say maybe 3 or 2 kilometers, then the power gets reduced. But up to 5%, it was really normally accelerating and everything. But then after like 3%, I've just noticed 2% that it's definitely less in acceleration. It's still decent, but you can't just floor it on the highway. So it's just, you definitely feel it's reduced power after like 3%. Okay, let's plug it in and see how much we're gonna pull. Okay, tapping card. The other one was out of order. Hear the click. So also another Taycan just came in, so I don't think we're gonna share power, but we're gonna see if it's going to, I think it's charging. So we'll see the power. It's pulling 97. Okay, let's see in the car. Yeah, same here, it's around 97, so maybe I'm gonna keep you up to date. We're gonna see if the speed is going to increase when the battery warms up. But at this rate, it's just a little bit under 1 hour to fully charge the empty battery. Okay, I just kicked in the rapid warming, so it might help heat up the battery. So if the interior gets warm, it might even warm up the battery. That's at least how Teslas work. Hopefully Geely might work the same way. I was charging at Lidl just a little bit, but there was some current coming inside, so it should help up the battery a little bit. It wasn't like really cold, but it's just not maybe hot enough. You saw there's a little peak there. So as I started kicking in the, I can feel my seat being warm. So it's definitely helping, and I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Well guys, we're at 107. It just dropped a little bit, but you can see that the Taycan's pulling more than 200. There's an Xpeng that also came. So as you can see, the power is slightly going up. It's also interesting, Taycan is pulling like 200, almost 50. The Xpeng is pulling like similar to me. So Ionity is just getting a lot of power because they bought the full power. This one is out of order, but Tesla is just like in the back, and they haven't, unfortunately. So, and across they have opened like a solar battery powered chargers, but it's slightly disappointing that Tesla hasn't bought the full power. But Tesla is open to other EVs, so in case there's another EV that needs to charge, you can just go to a Tesla. And if Tesla's empty, and I think it is now, you would get like max speed. Well guys, I went to the shelf for a protein bar, but we're still at 100 kilowatts. So I saw on the display it was max 120, started dropping probably around 50%. I'll probably charge up to maybe 80% and leave. You can see like the time to full charge. I'm not gonna wait that long. I can just plug in later in a shopping mall or grocery store when doing some errands and just not to waste time here, but that's the charging experience. And just like that, the power has dropped around 60 plus. So we're pulling around 65 now. So I was hoping that this battery could sustain a little bit longer, higher state of charge, or excuse me, power. So the charging curve is dropping around 60. It's very similar to my non-LFP battery in Tesla. Well guys, just a little bit after 80%, the power has just dropped to 52 from, it was like 84. Interesting curve. Definitely curve is dropping with end of or full towards full state of charge. So interesting, but maybe I was expecting too much from the LFP battery, although I would say it performed well. I think I have enough charge, so I'm just probably gonna go. And I think I've spent maybe like a half an hour here now. It does say on the screen here that at this charging rate it would take another half an hour, so there's no point of me waiting here for another half an hour. So let's just check out. I think on the charging station I've spent here maybe half an hour. So yeah, almost a little bit more than half an hour, but I think it reached like 80% in half an hour, which is great. From almost 0 to 80% in a half an hour is really not that bad. And I kid you not, as soon as I wanted to drop the camera, the power has dropped even further. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that info so you can have a feel for the charging curve. Unfortunately, I will unplug now and leave. Okay, so I pressed the button to stop the charge. You can see here and here how much kilowatts went inside the battery. Well guys, it's the next day. You can see the power consumption in the city. And we are at 65% battery. There's a few impressions I want to mention about the car. The suspension is amazing and comfortable, but the infotainment definitely could use some work comparing to Tesla's. It's just some features are buried inside, and you have to go through menus in order to get to them. So we started on the highway. After tools, 56%. We're going to be driving mostly at the speed limit. Well guys, it's around 6 degrees here, cold. Our consumption is 24, a lot. We're 27%. There's still a few kilometers until the charger, but we should be arriving with a low state of charge, maybe just about 20%. So we're pulling 120, it seems. I'm gonna see inside the car. I feel like this is the peak. Okay, back in the car. It says here 115. That car is always showing for some reason less, but there is some more power on the charger station side that's heating up the battery back. So just quickly back to the screen. 120 is the max currently. It's going fairly fast. I just need enough to get to Zagreb, so I won't charge to 100%, but should be here for around 15 minutes, hopefully not more. We'll see. I went to have a coffee and it's been 25 minutes now with 82%, so that was pretty fast. Well, it says here we're going to arrive with 30%. Well guys, we have a little bit of fog. I engaged the Autopilot and it works really great. Here's the head-up. Now it can also change lanes for you just by giving a turn signal. It starts steering you to the side. Works also great, same as the Kia Sportage I've tested recently. Well guys, I'm using the intelligent cruise control. Now, sometimes, like right now, the car will do a lane change for you as long as your hands are on the steering wheel. Now, it also wants your eyes to be inside of the little camera, and it needs perfect conditions, so no vehicle behind you or in the right lane when it needs to come back. As you can see, it works pretty well, but still you need to pay attention to what it's doing. And now we can just use the turn signal. So now it doesn't want to for some reason, but it did it before. So it's not ideal, but it does work okay. So if I press on the route here, you can see we're going to arrive with 24%. So first estimate was 30, but yeah, it's just conditions have changed, I guess. As you can see, our power consumption went down to 17 because we were just following the speed limits and mostly descending. So you can see the chart here. Okay guys, a little bit about the infotainment. It's really not practical. Like, for instance, now you want to see maps. You need to go here. You can rearrange the icon, so I pull it closer, but you can't reach it from the bottom. There's no shortcut. This is the time of my arrival, but I can't see the percentage. I need to go like here, and then I can see it. So it makes no sense. It should be right here, always. I can't see the percentage of the battery. If I go to the car, there's no shortcut. I need to go here and to the energy. So as you can see, it's ridiculous. And then if you're not paying attention to the road, that's why I have this engaged, but it's not perfect. Then you can see the percentage, and this Autopilot needs perfect conditions in order to work or change lanes by itself. See, the turn signal is also messy. You don't cancel it the same way. It's confusing. So they definitely, Geely needs to make a software update to this because it's really not practical. Well guys, we're in Zagreb. As you can see, 17 kilowatts is the consumption now. We are arriving with 24%.